Chelsea. You look at that line, I mean, you look at Morata and Cucurella, and us, we sometimes get a bit patronising Premier League fans who look at what are they doing on the international stage. Morata mentioned how well he took his goal after his first touch. Cucurella looks solid as a left back in that back four, helps keep a clean sheet. You can't ask for any more than that.
I've got to say as well, and I hate to say it, the Premier League's having a little bit too much of an impact on this competition when it comes to, yes, you guessed it, VAR. Michael Oliver was a referee in the middle of the pitch. Stuart Atwell had made VAR on Spain versus Croatia. David Coote was one of his assistants alongside Dutchman Paul van Bokel. To not send off Rodri, for VAR not to spot it, I mean, I think the rest of Europe must be holding their head in their hands and thinking, why did we invite any English officials, Darren? Because the opening game that we officiated in, and for me, it's a massive error.
It is a massive error, and at first I thought, well, that's a straightforward decision. Surely he's got to go, and the fact that they didn't give him the red card, as you said there, I found that really surprising. But you're right, I was the exact same as you. When I realised who the officials were, and I thought, oh, here we go again. Because you're right, we're sending the very best of the best over to a massive tournament, all eyes around the world, and the opening game for English referees, English officials, and that happened. I was a little bit disappointed. I felt like, oh, here we go again. But as on the whole, VAR this tournament, I think they've got every single decision right. I think it's been really, really good, really fascinating. But that was really disappointing, certainly for the English guys.
Here very quickly, in the other games yesterday, how impressed were you with Switzerland's win over Hungary, Italy's win over Albania?
Well, of course, Italy gave Albania the perfect start, and I think Di Marco was the most relieved man in the stadium when they got themselves level with that great Bastoni header that Benji's already mentioned from the Pellegrini cross. But Italy just looked solid, and they kept Albania at bay in those latter stages. I can't think Albania had a major chance to try and equalise during the course of that second half. As far as Switzerland are concerned, they're kind of the curate egg of international football. We all seem to discount Switzerland, but they're always up there in the rankings. They've always got players of ability. And you look at a kid like Breel Embolo, who came on yesterday. Benji and I were talking about him whilst we were watching the game yesterday afternoon. There's a guy who's barely had a kick all season. He's been injured at Monaco for almost a year, comes back at the tail end of the season, lost his knee strapping on his way through to score his goal, had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. But the sort of player you only hear about at international tournaments, as our producer was saying to us as well. But maybe he could have an impact because, my word, he's a physical specialist, Benji, isn't he, Breel Embolo? He could have something to say in this tournament as a good focal point for the Swiss attack.
Absolutely. I mean, when he came on, he looked so dangerous, so strong, powerful, quick. And I remember him having a good Euros last time around. So, yeah, I think the fact that he's back, and he looks like obviously he's getting back to full fitness as well. I know he lost an knee brace, so hopefully he got that back. But I think with him in the side, as Dance was saying there, for the Swiss, they always seem to be up there with the rankings. It's when they can just get a little bit further. I never expected to win it, but I always expected to cause teams problems. And having him back and up top and looking sharp as he did yesterday when he came on, I think they've got a massive problem. And I think they're going to cause massive problems, should I say.
Hoping for more talking points from today as well. But that was our delivery of the day in association with Burger King.
Delivery of the day on TalkSport with Burger King. Satisfy your burger craving with the ultimate flame-grilled experience delivered to your door.
We'll be heading back to Ian Dancer and Darren Bent shortly. I can't wait to get their opinions on our next topic. The nerves starting to hit, issues resolved for Gareth Southgate's England. They'll be taken to the field against Serbia tonight, live on TalkSport. Are you worried? Are you confident? We'll discuss it all straight after this.
Here live. Welcome to Sunday afternoon on BBC One, and happy Father's Day. A few hours to wait until the Lions roar from 7 on BBC One, but the Euro ball starts rolling now.
Volume 11. Volume 15.
just to top the far side of the penalty area. Oh, it's saved by goal! Stop Marco back left. It's Lewandowski! The most to have in the opening game!
Yes, it is a classic and colourful Euros matchup as Group D gets underway with Poland taking on the Netherlands in Hamburg. Both sets of fans are there in good numbers. Look at those scenes. That's around 11 o'clock with the Dutch fans warming up for this one. It was a tough journey for Poland to get to these Euros. They changed their manager during qualifying and then eventually squeezed through thanks to a playoff penalty shootout against Wales. Record goal scorer Robert Lewandowski picked up a thigh injury on the eve of the tournament, so he sits this one out. For the Netherlands, it's a return to a European Championship on German soil. For the first time since Dutch football's greatest ever triumph, Ronald Koeman was a pivotal part of that win at Euro 88 as a player. And now he's in his second spell as manager, leading a talented squad with perhaps the potential to go far here again. Germany's second biggest city, Hamburg, is the venue for this one. Kick-off just over 20 minutes away. And Danny Murphy, Ashley Williams and David Moyes are with us. You can see the four teams in the group there, as well as the Dutch and the Poles. We've got Austria and France as well. France will be the favourites for this group. Obviously, it is quite a tight fight between the other three.
I think that today's game will be interesting to see in Holland because they'll be the challengers for France in the group. But I think the other two will have to pick up points as they go along. But at the moment, I think the competition's sort of gone to plan. I don't think there's anybody really come out and shocked anybody. But who knows what might happen today.
It's kind of pivotal for these two, isn't it? I mean, because they're not playing France till late February. So you want to get off to a good start knowing you still have France to come.
Yeah, absolutely. The French are strong, aren't they? But I'm excited to see the Netherlands. They've got some talented players. I think you've got to fancy them today against the Poles, especially with the injuries they've got, which we'll talk about later. But I'm excited. I mean, this Dutch side's got lots of good players, lots of creativity. And I tell you what, I wish some of their defenders were English.
They've got enough centre-halves for virtually every other team in the tournament, haven't they? We'll get this out of the way now, and then we'll move on. But the Poles obviously knocked Wales out in the quad. That's not the only reason. It's not the only reason you're booked for this afternoon. But they showed grit and determination to get through in that.
Yeah, and they'll need that this afternoon. Let's be honest. They've got no Lewandowski, and they did because Wales put a lot of pressure on them in that qualifying game, and the goalkeeper was exceptional, and they just dug in. So I think they're going to need that in all of their games, but especially today. This Netherlands team, as Danny said, are full of talent, but especially going forward. So they're going to need organisation, and they're going to have to try and show up shot, try and maybe get something on the break or from a set piece.
We referenced the Netherlands triumph in '88 at the start, but Poland have also had great success in a major tournament here in Germany, although that was 50 years ago at the '74 World Cup.
They've only been in the World Cup finals once before, that was in 1938. Oh, the ball knocked out of Carnevale, his hand has been given, it's a goal! London with the shot, what a goal! What a goal! Dana! Music! Oh, superb stuff! Italy out, Poland go on. Poland and Germany replaced in the World Cup final of 1974. It's Bonner. The Poles play for the third place, and West Germany for the one that matters, the final. Barter now. kept his trying to stay on side, but he was up. And the linesman overruled. Carl Marker. 1-0. Poland take the medal for third place.
Well, you would say it's going to be tough for them to repeat those sorts of heroics from 50 years on. But this current Poland team are unbeaten since that man, Michał Probierz, took over 8 months ago when those qualification hopes for this tournament were hanging by a thread. This is the team he has selected today. So they have no Lewandowski because of that thigh injury. Swiderski, who they could have also used as an attacking threat, injured himself celebrating the goal in a warm-up match. So he is only on the bench. So Buxa has the responsibility of leading the line, and he'll be supported by Szymanski and Urbanski, who's only 19 and made his debut earlier this month. Then you've got Southampton's Benrick and Arsus Kibior partnering Salomon in a back three, and then the width will be provided by the wing-backs of Zalewski and Frankowski. It is not ideal to lose not only your main man Lewandowski, but also someone else who could have provided the threat as well in the warm-up game. So they've got a challenge today. Yeah, I think they have. I think not having Lewandowski, I think more importantly just for his presence, I think his goals just you speak for himself what he can do. It was always going to be a difficult game, I think, for Poland today, but I do still think that they've got an outside chance. But if I was going to go with Andy at home, I just think the strength of the Netherlands will be too much for them. If they are going to cause the Netherlands problems, then you're looking at their playmaker who's going to make them tick.
Yeah, Zelensky's experienced guy. He's been at Napoli a long time. I think he's actually going to Inter the start of next season. Creative, got good belief in himself, takes risks. He's now they've got those players. Milik's missing as well, the Juve boys, so heavily relying on him in his creativity. He can get in the box and score a goal. He can open you up if you give him time. He's probably the one player that they've been talking about in the Dutch dressing room to stop and not give him time on the ball. Yeah, so big responsibility on his shoulders today.
And that also experience as well, you know, there are some younger players around him in this team. He won the Polish Player of the Year last year. The previous 4 years have been won by Lewandowski. So as well as his creativity, you're going to need his experience, aren't you?
Of course you are, but the key, when you're playing against a team that's going to have more possession, how often can you get your best player on the ball? And you can only lead by example if you're getting the ball. Of course he can do his work off the ball, but he's a creative player. So they need to get him on the ball as much as possible. But they'll be waiting for that.
And then speaking of experience, if you go further back with Szczesny, they've got somebody who's very experienced in European football.
Yeah, basically seen it all. He's going to be called upon at times today and throughout the tournament. And he's just a good goalkeeper. But he quietly goes about his business. We saw against Wales that when he's called upon, he can make big saves as well. 82 caps, so he's been around the block. And we're going to see some of his saves here. That's quite a regular save. This is an exceptional penalty save. He's got a strong arm up to that. This is a good save as well. And you know he's marshalling his defence. And he's going to have to be... Look at this one. That's a goal most times. So, you know, he's still very agile. We saw him in the Premier League.
Who's that against?
It doesn't matter, but there's a good penalty save again. Are we going to keep going here?
I'm hoping that when we're doing the post-match analysis, we maybe leave that alone, because it's winding up a whole country that I may be watching at the back. Do you want your goalkeeper to have a presence, don't you? Because even though they're not an outfield player, they can still set some kind of tempo from back there.
Yeah, they can, and I think there's a big change in goalkeepers and all over at the moment. They're using their feet a lot more, they're having to control it. And funny you're talking about there, I mean, he took over from Lucas Fabianski, who was my goalkeeper at West Ham for many years. So I've got to say, I just think the whole goalkeeping situation and the whole competition will be interesting to see. I thought we saw one yesterday in the Spain game where they were getting caught in the ball a little bit as well, led to the penalty kick. But overall, I've got to say, I think the goalkeepers now have changed dramatically. They're so good with their feet, and they'll have to show it in this competition.
Let's talk about the Netherlands now then, whose last game at a major tournament was a cracker.
It's Messi. It's two. Back in it. And it's moved to the ball into the Dutch
was a remarkable game, was that? And Ronald Koeman actually took over after that tournament. The Netherlands finished second in their qualifying group behind France. They were dealt a couple of late injury blows of their own. They don't have any. They don't have either De Jong or Koopmeiners at this tournament, and this is the lineup they have this afternoon, with Ronald Koeman going for a 4-3-3. De Vrij will partner Van Dijk at centre half. Ake is expected to be on the left, and then you've got Schouten and Reinders and Veerman as the midfield three, and between them they have just 24 caps. Simons at 21 gets the nod ahead of Frimpong in the front three, alongside Gakpo and Depay. And of course, going back to their defence, at the heart of it is their captain and their talisman, Virgil van Dijk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Virgil van Dijk on the night.
He's an absolutely phenomenal footballer.
He has got star qualities, there's no doubt.
Virgil van Dijk on debut.
Good with me, all the start.
He's the spine of this team.
There's a swagger about Van Dijk.
He brought back old school defending with a modern twist.
He's written in the stars, you know he was going to create his own story.
Black man again. Virgil van Dijk helps himself.
What he does is simple, but so effective. It's such an art with it.
Must be a nightmare to play against.
He's so elegant, the way he controls the back line.
What a challenge by Van Dijk. Thunders in there for Van Dijk.
His leadership is so wonderful.
Keep working hard, stay humble. I think that's the most important.
Yeah, that's it.
Unmistakable, irreplaceable Van Dijk.
When you set teams up to play against a team that had Virgil van Dijk at Liverpool, obviously, and you only had one up front, did you tell your man up front to stay on the other centre half? What do you do?
A little bit of both. I think he's so good at using the ball as well. He's a monster as a man as well. You know, set pieces, you know, top of the threat he is. Liverpool were very good at it. There were always a problem to try and deal with them. But I think overall, I'm looking through the centre halves of the whole competition, and I think there's some countries who are struggling a little bit with the quality of their centre halves. I don't think the Dutch are. I think the Dutch are one of the sides at the moment which look really strong in that area.
And the interesting thing on the centre half, so you wrote an article today in the Sunday Times on, because you work as a technical advisor to the UEFA as well, at 4-3-3, 3-5-2,
Yeah.
but in essence, they're a bit out of, the actual formation at the start is irrelevant to then what happens in the game.
No, I think we're finding this a lot in football now. There's so many changes, so we set out how we think they're going to play. I even think the Dutch today will probably play Dumfries much higher than the right and Ake tuck in. I don't know which we see Ake maybe doing for Manchester City. But I think there is a big change in football. There's an idea of how we will set up, but maybe how we will play in possession and how we'll play out of possession.
Well, let's look at where one of the Dutch strikers are going to be. You're impressed with Simons.
Yes, Simons is, he's had a good season at Leipzig, on loan from PSG. He's a young lad, great balance. He looks like he's full of confidence. They've got good competition in wide areas actually, so for him to be chosen says a lot about what the manager thinks of him. He's got like a freedom that young players have. He'll go past people, and high up the pitch he's willing to take risks, and his end product's good. He's got 10 goals in 42 games this season, which isn't bad. Second most assists in the Bundesliga, which is, as we know, a good level. And to me, if you're going to play high up the pitch at international level for the Netherlands, you've got to have them product. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's a lot of responsibility for a young man, but he seems to be fearless, and I'm excited to see him play on that right-hand side. He can switch as well, him and Gakpo, but he'll start off the right-hand side.
And so actually we've got some footage of the Dutch beating the Welsh from no we are. You want to look at Dumfries. David's already mentioned Dumfries and how he will be further forward.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it does slide into a back three with this man Denzel Dumfries going higher. You see here, we just highlighted him how high he can start, and he sets the tempo and the tone, I think, in a very attacking team, but from a fullback/wingback position. His crosses are excellent. He doesn't just put it into an area, he'll pick somebody out. Here we see him just creeping in on the back stick behind the full-back and gets his goal. Plays the ball forward. I love this one because he doesn't stop there. He continues on an underlap. And then again, look, that's a really clever ball, just to stand that up at the back post and pick out a man. So he gets loads of assists, he gets goals, he'll drive that team forward. I think people like him and Simons, as you say, maybe against a Polish team which are going to be very rigid and disciplined, you're going to need that creativity to spread it down.
Do you think, and you've no idea that, so it's the managers, but is it this kind of fix where you think Poland might be happy getting the point, but the Dutch will feel that they need to win?
Yeah, I do. I think that I'm calling them Holland if you don't mind, but Holland, I think are going to be the aggressors. I think Poland will be the ones who are having to soak it up, maybe play a little bit more on the counter-attack. But I think we're already seeing it in the tournament. I think, there could be a discrepancy in the levels of the two teams. I've certainly seen it in Scotland. And I think you might find a little bit, I wouldn't see Poland as favourites in this game, but I'm still waiting on a shot in the tournament.
I suppose there's still, with a lot of the teams, and obviously we have to see them before, but with a lot of teams, they do have a strength there, but we're not necessarily sure about that unit. So we've looked at the Dutch and their attacking threat and talked about their centre halves, but their midfield is quite inexperienced this afternoon.
It is, but it's still technically very good. I think what we've seen earlier in the tournament is that the intensity's risen from the quality players. Even the Italians, when they got an early shot, they just upped their level. And you're seeing that disparity, and I think we'll probably see that again today in the games. And it just shows you the cream generally rises to the top, and the quality of the players playing around Europe we've seen already. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough one for Poland.
And we've also seen teams arguably make statement performances already, some of the bigger European nations. And maybe, you're in that Dutch team, it might be England type thinking, right, we need to deliver a statement performance.
Yeah, well, I think if you're in the Netherlands team, you looked at Germany, they made a statement, Italy did, Spain did, you've got to go and do that now. But, let's not count Poland out, because you must be a good team to beat the Welsh. So they must have something about them if they beat Wales.
I really wasn't expecting Wales to play such a... I'm not laughing. I'm surprised that Wales has played such a part in our build-up, and I apologise if we have offended anybody in Wales for that. Right, let's join our commentary team. The stadium in Hamburg looked absolutely fantastic. So much colour. The team's on their way out, as you can see. Netherlands taking on Poland. Martin Keown is alongside Robin Camp.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a buoyant Volksparkstadion in Hamburg. The return of Poland and the Netherlands to get their European Championship campaign underway. The Netherlands aim to summon the spirit of '88 when they won the Euros here in Germany against Group D's lowest-ranked side, Poland. Before kick-off, we'll all pause for the national anthems.
sight. All channels.
The longest two-day wait of these supporters' lives. It's real now. It's finally here. The first ever meeting at a major tournament between Poland and the Netherlands. The sizable task Poland face. Just to reiterate, the last time they beat the Dutch, it was a qualifier for the Euros in 1980. Let's get the teams then. Wojciech Szczesny is Poland's most capped goalkeeper. He lines up at his 6th major tournament. There were tournament debuts for Arsenal's Jakub Kiwior and Bartosz Salomon in defence. 19-year-old Kasper Urbanski wins just his 3rd cap, having made his debut in the warm-up friendly against Ukraine earlier this month. In the absence of record goal scorer Robert Lewandowski due to a thigh injury, Adam Butska, top scorer with Antalyaspor in the Turkish league last season, starts up front. Pietro Zielinski is the captain in the absence of Lewandowski. Against Virgil van Dijk, Artur Suarez Diaz, refereeing in his 2nd European Championships, takes charge today. The VAR is his Portuguese countryman, Tiago Martins. Bart Verbruggen becomes the youngest goalkeeper to play at a major tournament for the Dutch. Captain Virgil van Dijk missed the previous Euros with a knee injury and lines up alongside Nathan Ake of Manchester City, who starts at left back. Key midfielders Frankie de Jong and Teun Koopmeiners were ruled out last week. PSV pair Joey Veerman and Jurgen Schouten start alongside Gianni Reinders. Memphis Depay leads the line. He's 5 goals away from Dutch record scorer Robin van Persie. And Xabi Simons makes his European Championship bow. He's been one of the hot prospects in this Netherlands side. And there are high hopes after a productive domestic season in Germany on loan with RB Leipzig. And so Poland, without their regular captain, their talisman, Robert Lewandowski, for this game they are hoping he will be back for their next one against Austria. The Poland coach, Michał Probierz, has thrown up a few surprises in order to combat the sizable absence of Lewandowski. We'll see if they can spring a surprise this afternoon, Martin.
Well, it very much would be, wouldn't it? Just going back to the Wales qualification, Poland didn't even manage a single shot on goal. Let's hope they do a whole lot better than that today.
And we will try to be a bit better. That will hopefully be our last mention of Wales. We'll try and make a pact. So Bart Verbruggen.
We're just interested, aren't we, to see if it looks like Poland have got 2 on top again. That's quite rare in football today, but they like to do that. I thought maybe without Lewandowski they would change that system setup, but it's very much the same.
We'll expect the Dutch to have the large share of possession.
You can already see Dumfries on that right-hand side. He goes really high up on the pitch, and Ake then tucks into form of 3.
That's a lovely touch from Schouten, but a bit too much on that from Memphis Depay. Cleared into touch by Bartosz Salomon. Here is Michał Probierz, unbeaten after coming in to rescue their qualification. It was a disaster under Fernando Santos. As mentioned, finished 3rd in their qualifying group and managed to squeak through on penalties. Depay channeling his inner Bjorn Borg, it seems, today.
Yes. Goodness me, we've got a long way back.
And Ronald Koeman back at the scene where he scored that penalty in the semi-finals of Euro 1988. Chance here for the Dutch. It's Gakpo! Really squeezed that in at the near post. Smartly down goes Wojciech Szczesny in the first corner of the game.
Gakpo, we know about him, of course, very sharp. Just cuts inside and just gets that near post, just testing the goalkeeper.
In front of the orange wall. First corner kick of the game, Joe Vernon. Easily cleared. Nice Fuchser.
Disappointing, isn't it? Early ball in, you want that quality. You're not going to see a lot of the Netherlands on the ball. Very patient build-up.
Not for the first time, Verbruggen goes long.
Well, that's an option, isn't it? Gakpo, he tends to hug this left-hand side. He fixes the fullback. It's very deliberate in their actions. Look, they're just a three now at the back. Two midfield players sitting in there. Simons comes right in off the line, actually, really central. That's very difficult to deal with.
Non-engaging Verbruggen attempts the long ball, finds Gakpo, takes it down beautifully. Away from Bednarek, here's to Pai, back to Gakpo, the touch just took it away from him.
Yeah, you're quite right there, just a better touch, lovely build-up from the Netherlands. I think the defender just waves a foot at that. And then you see the sharpness. You can't give him this kind of space. You've got to get tighter.
Szczesny, still in top form, 34 years old, playing with Juventus, has hinted this could be his last tournament for Poland, so big shoes to fill. He takes the #1 spot off him.
You see there, I think it's much more difficult for Poland to play out the way that Netherlands apply their system, press really high, really well drilled.
It's a good flick on by Urbanski, easily cleared up. Poland have a good record of qualifying for tournaments, but not a great record getting through the group stages. They finished bottom 3 of the last 4 editions of the European Championships. In 2016 they managed to get to the quarter-finals, somehow only scoring 2 goals in the process. Dumfries in behind. Options in the middle, delivers towards Gakpo, and Depay can't get onto the loose ball. They win it back though, here's Veerman, receives it back from Simons.
Well, it's solid defending, but already you can see this signature, this Dutch team. Dumfries down that right-hand side. I think the left wing-back for Poland doesn't know whether to stick or twist, and they keep playing it in behind him.
Gakpo already getting a lot of joy. De Klerk teasing ball. That's going to be Szczesny's.
Kiwior getting his head to that one.
Southampton back in the Premier League after promotion from the Championship via the playoffs at the end of last season. Zielinski. It's a nice ball to Frankowski. Van Dijk watched that all the way.
Yeah, it's unlucky. Really good movement.
De Vrij up towards Denzel Dumfries. Ake. Manchester City to their 4th consecutive Premier League title. Paolo Gakpo.
Frankowski, he knows he's got to get tight to Gakpo. As we say, he's hugging this left-hand side. He kind of fixes that canvas, doesn't he, for them to then work with it.
Oh, well, it was a good interception, wasn't it, from Salomon?
Salomon, yeah, I don't know what went through his head there. Headlines. Just play it simple.
Guess that will go down as an effort on goal. Shooter to his PSV teammate Joey Verman, won the Eredivisie at a canter this season. Here is Gakpo. Frankowski does well to stick a leg out. Another corner for the Dutch.
A lot coming through Gakpo, and he just keeps that position wide, so it's easy to find. Depay making really good movement in the box, coming nice and deep, and it's difficult to pick up in the build-up.
Did one this time. Salomon gets his head to it. Verman. Just wide. Thierry Reinders found himself in a lot of space there, just couldn't quite direct it on target.
Well, they fell asleep a little bit there, didn't they, Poland, and Reinders just comes into that position. It's really practiced, and he just can't steer it on target. Lovely move, though. Just pulls it back in front of that defence. There's a deflection there.
I think Szczesny was in a pretty good position, but should have hit the target there.
They've got these nice triangles, though, this Dutch team. They're doing Koeman's, I think it was 38 players he used in the qualification, so he's finally got what he needs.
Frankowski on the front foot, that's a really good ball. Boxer. Van Dijk showing all his experience.
He is, but if he was in the right position to begin with, that wouldn't be necessary. Boxer there a couple of times now. He's pulled off of Van Dijk's shoulder.
Szymanski can't keep hold of it. Van Dijk will clear the danger for now. Picked up by Kivior. Took a little too long.
Yeah, Lucas Simons there, he's getting the fans going. I mean, the atmosphere is quite phenomenal. We had a couple of competitions, didn't we, in my time, 2016 and 2018, where we didn't have the Dutch at the competitions, and I just love having them here. The atmosphere is quite amazing. We were with them last night, weren't we, in the hotel. None of them wanted to go to bed, by the way.
I think some were at the same table when we came down this morning. And they weren't on the hot beverages, I'll just say that.
So they made it to the game.
For AC Milan, runners up to Inter, Serie A this season. Depay. Good play from Zielinski to read that.
But it was interesting. Certainly very confident. There's Siemens, look, he just keeps wandering, drifting away from the play and just picking things up.
Good defending once again from Salomon, stepping in, making a fair challenge. Now here goes Kasper Urbanski. Brilliant run down the line for Buxa. Momentum has just broken down, but Poland still in possession. Here's Zalewski.
Got plenty of bodies forward as well here, Poland. It's a good spell for them.
Bednarek drifts it over the top. It's taken down well. Flag has stayed down. Szymanski. The flag is up now.
It's that movement again, isn't it? Just a little threatening behind. Heisman picks it up well. It's a good line in the end for the Netherlands. Look at that, just tries to flick it over the defender and then catch it out around the other side. Audacious. I don't know what I'd want to do when the ball comes into him next time.
There's been a lot said about Memphis Depay, and he usually saves his best performances for his national team. He's had his injury issues with Atletico Madrid this season.
He's finding space though.
Another fantastic bit of skill from the Dutch number 10. Releases to Veerman. Here's Simons. Goes for it. Not far away.
Maybe a sighter for him. Hasn't really had that much of the ball. Just fancied an opportunity. Memphis again, nice. Depay, really good touches here. Look, really confident. Just lays it off nicely. Draws people in, and they switch it out to that right-hand side.
Frankowski.
I think Poland will be quite happy in this first, what we're approaching 15 minutes. You know, maybe changes to the front three. Haven't really been troubled that much.
Bit of a hesitation. Szymanski fouled and a yellow card.
We're looking for a replay here, aren't we? And I think, you know, is that a booking? It's kind of an accident. Stepped on his toe. The referee wants to get involved with some paperwork already.
I think he's booked Veerman for the challenge and maybe Reinders for the opinions.
We had something similar yesterday with the accreditation man, didn't we? But the Polish policeman came to the rescue.
He didn't do too much for English-German relations, but
I thought I was very diplomatic. We got our accreditation anyway.
Diplomacy ends in a Martin Keown win, then fair enough. First corner of the game for Poland. Delivered by Zalewski, and it's there! Adu Buxa! With a glancing header to put the Poles in front.
Well, you're looking at that ball coming in, and it was a zonal system, and I'm thinking, I'm not really sure. Look at those Dutch defenders all standing there like mannequins, and it's just a bit of movement. It just comes away from the goalkeeper, Buxa, and he just gets a lovely flick on it. And it's so easy. He hasn't even had to work for that. Lovely ball in, of course. But really, we were talking about the Dutch team in possession, but out of possession, but that's just a sloppy basics. They find themselves 1-0 down here.
Elation for Adam Buksa on his first appearance in a major tournament. Assigned with spinning the boots of the injured Robert Lewandowski. And he's put the Poles in pole position.
Well, he certainly has. Before the game, we were talking to the Polish journalists, and they thought maybe he might start the game. They said they were in for a big shock here, and then certainly, are they going to pull one off here? Long way to go.
Still a way to go. They are strong on set pieces, actually weak on set pieces in qualifying in terms of defensively, but the Netherlands have had a fair few more opportunities from those corners and they've not taken them. First time Poland, simple as that.
Well, I think Buksa's made a couple of decent runs. He's received the ball into feet, he's used it well. And the team has grown actually, haven't they? It's been nice football from the Netherlands, but we haven't really seen enough cutting edge. All of a sudden they're a goal down. A bit of character testing here. Let's see what the Dutch team are made of now.
Poland have something to hold on to. Incidentally, Robert Lewandowski had scored 4 of the last 5 goals at the European Championships for Poland. Here's Gakpo. The referee's done a good instruction job there on Joe Verman.
Well, he's even unaware of it, the ref.
Even better than a no-look one. Simons to Dumfries. Dumfries will make it. Corner kick. It's confirmation of the yellow card for Joey Verman. The yellow card. The earlier challenge. Here it comes, the outswinger. Oh, Van Dijk! A gorgeous effort. Chesney equal to it.
It certainly was, wasn't it? Textbook technique. Van Dijk. He's the man they're looking for. The size of him is a giant. But this one comes in on that right foot. It just, the keeper does quite well, really. It comes through the player's legs. So we've seen that really late.
Beautiful technique on that from Van Dijk. Going to be more effective from the offensive corners. Verman. That's a really good play. Zalewski. Well, lucky ricochet too.
And he does well, Zalewski, on that left-hand side. Good pace, good technique about him.
Down the middle towards Depay, and Bartosz Salomon is gobbling all of those up. A good win for Van Dijk, powerful header, and here's Simons, and over the top from Depay. The lack of composure there.
Well, it starts from that header, doesn't it? The ball just sits up beautifully there, and he just gives it too much. He's got to be hitting the target there. You can have as many nice touches as you want, but when you're in front of goal, you've got to be ruthless and clinical. He knows that's a golden opportunity for him.
Netherlands enjoying 70% possession, but they are behind. You can feel the frustration from Virgil van Dijk.
Well, he knows he's got to be aggressive. He's got to lead from the front. He's certainly done that since they went behind.
Interesting, our studio pundits, of course, to highlight his attributes, but some notable Dutch legends have sometimes not been so impressed.
No, Van Basten had a little bit of a go, didn't he? He said he caused a little bit of chaos, and he can point the finger, but he doesn't do a lot himself. So that's, I think the Dutch, they don't certainly hold back, do they, with their ex-players and the current players.
That's a good take from Simons. It's behind Depay. Across the face of goal. Few close calls for Poland, and that was another one.
Yeah, good running off the ball. Just, I mean, is that a cross? Is it a shot? I think it's a cross, isn't it? Just can't get enough whip on it.
Midway through the first half, Poland lead next to a corner kick headed in by Buxa.
That front two are trying to force that ball wide. They don't want it to go through midfield, but they're a bit outnumbered in there. Certainly done their homework, Poland.
Simons, trapped by Kivior. Ake, space here for Gakpo. That's a good take, and Reinders cross is cut out.
Well, Zelinski there, honestly, that's an unbelievable block there, because if there's a Dutch player running onto that through ball, he just gets back in front. Really tested the midfield of Poland.
Depay, the short option. Behrman delivers. Disappointing cross. Wriggles away from Szymanski. Zalewski, head down, off he goes. Didn't have too many options there.
No, but he showed really good endeavour, good pace, travelling with the ball. It's opening up a little bit, isn't it? I just feel that the Dutch team needs to be more patient in possession.
Reinders. Shooter. Simons out to Dumfries. Reinders. Nutmeg on Szymanski. Wanted the foul. The referee says he saw that. Waving play on. The Netherlands hoping they can do what Italy managed yesterday, going behind. Not quite as early on. Albania scoring the fastest goal recorded at the European Championships. And this is where they need to show some character. Here is Gakpo. Works the space for the cross. Dumfries!
Well, Bednarek
gets a really important block there, hits him on the back of the head. Again, Gakpo's pace just knocks it out of his feet. As it comes back across here, look, just gets in the way of it, hits him on the back of the head.
The Dutch in a hurry. Depay, teasing delivery, well defended.
Yeah, been asked a lot of questions, that back three, back five.
De Vrij, 12 years on for his international debut. Simons, Gakpo, drags that effort wide that he surely had the most touches of any player out there.
He has, but that's what we're talking about, patience. And I feel when it comes out to this left-hand side, draw people in and then go back out onto the right, and then you can create space. So, you know, they didn't expect to go behind. Just looking here, look at that block there, Zielinski. He picked that out in the commentary, and that's really important, isn't it? Because there's some, I think Depay's coming on to that. There's a good examination here for Holland.
Reinders. Poland trying to make things very narrow. Midfielders on the ball. Veerman. A wayward pass.
This is all credit though to Poland, because you lose your concentration, get a little bit sloppy, and that's creeping in a bit here.
That's a nice take from Ake. Gakpo! A slice of luck, a big deflection, and the Dutch are level.
Well, it was always going to be that man, Gakpo, coming off that left-hand side, which we talked about. I think there he's just decided to take a punt. But look at the space he's got. You've got to get tighter, and there's defenders coming across, and it takes a deflection. I think Salomon, it eventually comes off with two players, and Szczesny absolutely no chance with that one. But he's the standout player right now. Give him time, give him space, and he'll punish you.
We're just starting to really get on the front foot, and that was actually a really good positive action there from Ake up from left back to cut out the forward pass.
Well, we said, didn't we, about personality, character. You go 1-0 down, first match, you've watched everybody else play the last 3 days. The Gakpo there, he shows really good composure and quality. Because, you know, he had a previous shot, didn't he, which didn't do anything, and he's still willing to take another one next time round.
Trying to slip that through for Simons.
Mute.
to turn a little bit and just start to prod things into the front players. We criticise often, don't we, our English midfield players. We don't have that now. We've got players who can really play in that middle of the pitch, but these two just need to be a little bit more confident.
That's a lovely turn. Here is Kiwior. Space to advance. Szymanski. Good technique.
Nice touches.
Zalewski.
Interesting, Kiwior has just gone right forward as well in that middle position, a bit like a John Stones might do. Just pushes high into midfield.
It's a great touch once again, Zalewski. It's a really neat build-up play here. Szymanski, well tracked. Charlton. And speaking of which, tonight, England get their tournament underway. Serbia against England. 7 o'clock tonight on BBC One and the iPlayer.
Yep, something to get your teeth stuck into. This is just the starter, isn't it? You'll be watching it, of course.
People have to decide whether it's the main course on 90 minutes, we'll have to see. Final 10 minutes of the first half. Poland doing better than just holding out.
Yeah, and you can see the confidence. There's been some nice touches. Frankowski there, he's engaging. He knows Gareth posed the problem. They played mostly 3, now they're back into that 5. So they're conceding possession. But it's really, isn't it, down to Holland to try and create things. Is that again going backwards in that midfield position? And then, nearly putting it out of play.
Okay. Reinders. Dumfries. Reinders continues his run. Kicks out Charlton. There's neat play from the Dutch. Salomon in the way. That cut back from Dumfries.
Yeah, done well there again. Simmons making that movement in the box. You kind of need 3 central defenders there to deal with the movement in the final third.
Is given after pleading look. Buxa.
Pretty certain Buxa, his performance that we talked about at half-time, he's been first class really. The big man is not available, Lewandowski. By the way, we did see him warm up before the game. He looked quite sharp. He looked too bad, so maybe I don't know if he's going to feature in this match. Just talk he'll play in the second game.
I did think sometimes that's a bit of a red herring, but he did, as you mentioned, Martin, warm up with the team. So, positive signs for the second game. Frankowski. Zielinski. very tough group. Group D, France against Austria tomorrow in Dusseldorf. France, legitimate favourites for the tournament. Austria, well, they probably wouldn't be liked to be named dark horses, because usually when you're labelled that, you do terribly, but going very well under Ralf Rangnick and had some statement victories against big nations.
Well, a high press, isn't it, for Austria? When you get that going, they can do well in the tournament. France, of course, the team we expect to win the group.
Depay. Cleared up by Bednarek.
The defence is working really efficiently. Bednarek getting across. Experienced player that we know, of course, from his time in the UK. It's all set out for Holland now. They've got their Dumfries on that right-hand side, Gakpo on the left, but nobody in midfield is really delivering the ball forward. It's really very evident. De Jong, of course, was injured coming into this. Well, we know what technician he was. It's a massive miss for that.
They gave him every chance. Waited till the last minute to say he couldn't compete in the tournament. Ankle injury picked up for Barcelona against Real Madrid back in April. Gakpo accelerating away. And the referee's brought that back for a foul on Cody Gakpo.
It is a foul, but I like the way that Poland are getting around one another. Romanchuk there getting that important tackle in.
Work to Reinders. Simons. Gakpo hustled and harried. Reinders. Simons. Ake over the top. Reinders. Cody Gakpo.
Well, it's a sloppy finish, isn't it? And it's a wonderful move. Just simple play. Look, I mean, he's got to come onto that. I don't know why he doesn't open his body up slightly, really, but just a little flick at it. You see the disappointment of his manager. Of course, you want to be composed and confident in front of goal, but that really was a poor finish.
With the outside of the boot.
Yeah, it's a difficult skill set, but it just looks sloppy, leaning back. I think he could have actually just delayed it slightly and then really come through the ball.
Opportunities seem to keep falling to Gakpo.
They do. It's no coincidence.
Crucial interception there. Zalewski.
Poland will be more than happy with the first half. I think Koeman will want to get into his players just to be a bit more patient, be a bit more composed. They're still moving this ball a bit quicker right now.
It's a really good win from Salomon, isn't it? And they're away. Zielinski onto Frankowski. see what the idea was.
Yeah, a lot going through Zielinski there. A little bit of a tired pass, that one. I think when they do get the ball back, they've got to show, haven't they? They've got to have a fist, show a bit of something going the other way.
What do you think of this? Three-piece suits.
Well, very nice, very dapper.
On diagonal, looking for Gakpo. Frankowski had to get there.
You do wonder, though, how much longer Poland can keep this up. There's 45 minutes to go of this. More possession, this man in good form.
Reinders winding up, just finding the Dutch supporters behind the goal.
Well, that's the goal they concede. I'm disappointed with that. Nobody really attacking the ball. Just like mannequins, the defenders.
Yeah, but nearly.
Just 1 minute of time added on.
Well, having another look, aren't we? It's a lucky deflection.
Dutch have created plenty from open play. Poland have scored from their pretty much only set piece.
Well, Gakpo will be thinking when he's sitting there at half-time thinking he should be putting his team in front there.
That's a lovely ball from Ake. Depay! Agonisingly wide.
Well, it's great movement from Depay. It's the last action of this first half, but look at that for a ball. Just not able to get it on target.
Well, the Dutch have had plenty of opportunities. They found themselves behind, thanks to a towering header from Adam Buksa. Cody Gakpo's deflected effort has got them level. They've had so many chances, mainly falling to the Liverpool man, which they haven't taken. Poland hang on in there. An impressive first half without Robert Lewandowski for the Poles. Half time here at the Volkspark Stadion. Poland 1, Netherlands 1.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Robin. That was a really entertaining first half of football. I suppose what you could say, Danny, is the Dutch will be really pleased with the football that they've played, and Poland will be really pleased that they're still in it.
Yeah, I think the Dutch were really positive, good energy, nice creativity. I thought Poland struggled a little bit tactically to get to grips with what David talked about at the beginning, that lopsidedness when Dumfries pushes on and Siemens was coming in on that off that right hand side, and Poland were a little bit sixes and sevens with that. Then they got the goal off the set play, give them a lift, and they had some good spells. But overall, the Dutch will be disappointed because they created some brilliant chances and should be leading really. But it was a really entertaining game.
Did you see it in that way that Poland sort of, still whilst under pressure, kind of settled into it?
Yeah, I think Poland weren't the better team, but in the end they got themselves a goal in front, which is fantastic. But they've just had a few problems, Poland, I think, with Gakpo. I think the right wing back, Frankowski, has not been able to deal so well with Gakpo, and they've had a problem in that side at different times as well. But I think Poland have sort of grown into the game. There's a bit of self-belief. They've played a little bit better in the end part of the game. So, interesting, a bit tighter than I thought, but certainly the Dutch have missed quite a few chances.
Let's look at the Poland goal to start with. So two centre-halves in the studio, and all the coaching perspective as well. There is so much to pick apart from the Dutch way of defending this corner.
Yeah, but how long we got on it?
You've got, you can take all 15 minutes if you want, actually.
Well, firstly, from Poland's point of view, it's a great, well-worked goal. But from the Dutch point of view, there's zonal. We're going to show you now, they've got 3 blockers. So you've got your centre-halves wanting to go and attack it. The blockers are crucial to keep them out of the way of people like Van Dijk and Dumfries. Verma gets attracted to the first player. Depay's not interested at all in blocking or doing any defensive work. So Veerman's tried to do both. He's late to Busquets, and then Dumfries, who doesn't check his shoulder at all, so he doesn't know where Butzer is, actually gets beaten. And you see this often in zonal marking, but what is crucial is the blockers. The blockers are so underrated in a zonal situation because they need to block the runners to give you, as a centre-half, the chance, some space to go and attack the ball. And when you see Memphis Depay, he hasn't even looked around at somebody who's attacking it. It was always going to end in trouble. But it is a really well-worked, clinical goal from Poland.
I mean, that's the other thing. With all of that, every goal can be stoppable within a coach's mind again. But the other point is, that's great delivery and a great near-post header.
A brilliant ball in and a great header as well. You know, you've got to make your runs, you've got to try and hit the target zones you want your players to hit. Poland look as if they've worked on it a little bit. Yeah, I agree a lot with what Ash is saying here. You know, I think Dumfries could have done a little bit better. I think it's a bit too far forward, not looking over his shoulder. All small details which make the difference with either defending it better or scoring. But I have to say, Poland get their details right and good contact, good header, and got them in front.
16 of Poland's last 17 goals have now not been scored by Lewandowski, and that was Bux's 7th on his 16th cap. So he's got a good strike rate at the start of his international career. Look at the equaliser.
Yeah, Gakpo's been. He looks really fit and confident. He's positive with his runs. He's dribbling. He's getting into really good areas. And as it is, sometimes you get a bit of luck when you keep getting yourself in good positions. And when I say luck, I mean with the deflection. You know, he's in good space here, drives forward and decides to let one go. But he's actually been in some really good positions. He doesn't stay out wide, as you know. He drifts in, gets in these areas that really hurt teams, and probably be a little bit disappointed he hasn't scored more, because the chance he had later on, which I think we'll see shortly, was better than that one. But he's got the goal his performance deserved.
They have had an awful lot of chances, haven't they, the Dutch, really? And you've kind of noticed themes already in this tournament, but the so-called frontman, if he just drops in, and then those inside forwards are running beyond.
Yeah, I think the Dutch have caused them really real problems. Even though Poland have got 5 at the back, I still think that they've not been able to cope with them. There's been more midfield players, Holland. But I just think it took them the first 30 minutes or so to get into the game. Poland, they got the goal, something to hang on to. And I actually thought they played really, really well in the last 10 minutes or so.
Is it a mixture of being unlucky, a mixture of lack of composure with some of these chances?
I think a bit of both. Yeah. I mean, Depay would probably be the one you'd be a little bit critical of, because he's the striker and supposed to have that quality. This is the first one of the game with Gakpo on the left. We said that Gakpo's been a threat, but that's not really, that's a half chance. It's just a little punt. But they got into some really good areas, and this is a lovely little pullback.
Reinders.
Yeah, Reinders, who's done all right actually. Van Dijk off a set play, the keeper, good save. And the chances kept coming, but the ones I'm talking about with Depay, when you striker, you know, he's an experienced guy, he's getting himself in good positions. That's a poor finish for me. That's where the difference of winning tournament, you know, the teams that win a tournament tend to have the strikers who score in those moments. And even that, he didn't get hold of it, didn't hit the target. And I think you were saying that, surely, you know, you think his game's good, but his finish lets him down.
I think he's had a really good half in terms of everything. Apart from the end product, I think he's looked sharp. He's played in really clever spaces. He's linked the play well. But like you're saying, Danny, if you want to go on and win a tournament or win a game of football, at some point you need your striker to be clinical when he gets that one chance.
But then there's also an element, isn't there, that some teams are using their, as I said to you, David, and as you've been explaining, some teams are using their main man through the middle to not necessarily be the out-and-out, it sounds daft, but to not be the out-and-out goal scorer.
Yeah, maybe dropping shot. I mean, I think he's done that in the game, but I think when the ball's come in the box, the boys are right there. He's missed big chances. If you're going to win the Golden Boot, which all the strikers who come into the competition want to win the Golden Boot, he could have been 2 or 3 ahead of them by the chances he's had already. But I actually do think there's more runners going beyond defences now, but it's not always been the number 9. It tends to be the boys who are playing in the inside pockets at the moment.
Yeah, because there are other responsibilities with scoring the goals out. Not all the chances were down to men.
No, they weren't, and Gakpo missed a really good one. But the thing is, if you've got a striker that drops in and is good at all the link play and got a skill and all that, it's fine if you've got a Mo Salah, you know, or a wide man who's going to keep scoring goals. The Dutch are relying on him for the goals. Gakpo chip in, and they haven't got someone else. So he's got to put those chances away if they want to be successful in this tournament.
Okay, second half is on the way, of course. Over the course of the last 36 hours or so, many in football have been paying tribute to Kevin Campbell after the awful news yesterday of his death at the age of 54 following a short illness. Obviously played for Arsenal and Nottingham Forest and West Brom, and you had 3 years with him at Everton. So much talk over the last couple of days of the man he was, the personality he was, the positivity that he had. You know, we worked with him here at the BBC as well. He was a hell of a striker, wasn't he?
He was. Look, first of all, I have to say it's tragic. It really is. Such a young man, a lot in his life still to do, and he's got kids as well who are doing very well. But look, when I first went to Everton, Kevin was already there. He was a huge character in the dressing room, big player, incredibly experienced Premier League player at the time as well. Really helpful to me when I was starting off, and he was in a really good group at Everton at the time. But he was a huge part of it, and look, it's a real tragedy.
Such a positive guy, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. I think you've seen the tributes, and it's easy to say that, but he was such a positive figure to be around, such a fun guy to be around if he was in his company, and what a player he was growing up. You know, watching him play, he looked unbelievable.
Warm, charismatic guy. My first experience, I had a reserve game at Chester Stadium against Everton. Don't know if you were there, Dave. He actually hurt me in a tackle. He put me out, bad tackle on my ankle, 6-8 weeks. He was the first one to come in after. That was my first experience of Kevin. He come in, he was mortified that he damaged me. He didn't mean to, but he came in, like, you know, saying really sorry and shut me out. That was what a great guy.
And well worth checking out Ian Wright's socials as well. Some really emotional pictures of Ian with Kevin Campbell over the years at Arsenal, and our thoughts, of course, with Kevin's family and friends. Second half is on the way shortly. We'll also be checking in with the England camp.
When you're a champ, there's something extra that is not normal. It begins with the goal of winning everything.
And they have this passion.
That makes them special.
And then in the last few minutes, just turn.
He likes a lot of jelly. Only one found it on the playing football.
That was a turning point for us.
We waited 77 years for this.
Epic sport documentaries. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
So just to highlight a couple of those documentaries, Mbappe is on iPlayer, and also a podcast series on BBC Sounds. The Wayne Rooney doc is on iPlayer, going back to Euro 2004 with him telling his own story. Poland, Netherlands is in HDR on the iPlayer, and the Football Daily podcast is available every day here in Germany on Sounds. Now,
This sounds dangerous.
What? It is.
Come on in, Charlie Larkin.
Gosh me. Oh!
Now he's laughing.
What up?
This is you, boss.
Look a look for original comedy. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
I was too keen there, but you can never have enough trails. England begin their campaign this evening when they take on Serbia in Gelsenkirchen. Kelly Summers has been inside the camp this week.
Almost a week after arriving in Germany, it is nearly time to see if England can live up to their pre-tournament billing as one of the favourites. Gareth Southgate's squad arrived here in Blankenheim in eastern Germany on Monday, and since then they've been fine-tuning preparations for their opener against Serbia as they get to go one better than they did at the last Euros. Well, it's a much-changed squad here in Germany, with only half the players from the World Cup included. And West Ham's Jared Bowen is one of 12 at his first major tournament.
My first tournament, I think it's a massive honour to represent the country anyway, but to get selected for a major tournament is just, I think, another level again. So for me, it was a moment of immense pride.
Southgate does still have a core of players he can call on though, with Jordan Pickford now 5th in the all-time appearance list of England goalkeepers.
It's an honour.
I've opened up that rough ride a few years ago, a few seasons ago, when I wasn't at my best, and went away, worked on it and got better, and the manager stuck with me through that as well. Yeah, Gareth's been a big part of my full England career, shall I say, and hopefully it's a successful one this tournament.
In front of Pickford is where question marks have been raised though. Already without Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw may be fit enough for the bench tonight, though Southgate says John Stones is fit after illness.
Well, we've never had enormous depth there, but we've still got players with a lot of caps, a lot of tournament experience, and young centre-backs in particular who we know are more than capable of playing at this level. Yes, of course, sometimes experience is important, but actually sometimes experience isn't a good thing. It depends on how you use that experience and what those experiences have been.
For now though, all eyes are on Gelsenkirchen, over 200 miles west of England's Blankenheim training base, where they'll play their tournament opener against Serbia. And this will be their 39th match at a European Championship, the most of any team who are yet to win the competition.
We've earned the right to be classed as one of the favourites. Going into this tournament, we know, in past tournaments we've done a lot of things well, and we've made the country proud, and we've had good tournaments, but ultimately we're here to win it, and there will be nothing better for us and the nation itself if we do that.
So of course that is tonight, all the build-up here on BBC One from 7 o'clock with an 8 o'clock kick-off between Serbia and England. We'll talk about that a little bit later on at full time of this afternoon's game as well. As far as Poland are concerned, do they just sort of keep doing what they have been doing and try and catch up the Dutch on the break?
Yeah, honestly, I know Netherlands have been really good, but I've been impressed with Poland. They haven't sat back. I think, I agree, it took 15 minutes or 20 minutes to get used to it, but then they've grown into the game. They got higher up the pitch, they put pressure on the ball. I think if they come out like that, maybe nick another goal. But as it stands, I think Poland would be happy with a 1-1.
Single thing for the Dutch is they've got to take their chances, isn't it?
Yeah, they do, and I think that if the game keeps going the way it is, I would expect the Netherlands to win the game. But I think Poland have got something to hang on to, and look, if they can get a draw out of this game, it will be a great start for Poland.
What struck me as well with the teams out very quickly, Danny, is that it's very similar to the Italians yesterday when they went behind to Albania. Nothing changed from the Dutch.
Yeah, I mean, that's a belief in what they're trying to do, which comes from the manager. Credit to them for that. It's going to be a fascinating second half, because there is a risk and reward element to what Poland are doing. And some of the other teams we've seen in the openers haven't done that. So, credit to them.
As you can see, Poland have made a change with the details of that. Let's go back to Martin and Robin.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, half-time change for Poland, with Sebastian Szymanski withdrawn and Brighton's Jakub Moder on in his place. And as we kick off, great to hear the tributes once again in the studio to Kevin Campbell. They have been numerous, you can see on the news on social media. And I know, Martin, you wanted to add yours as well, as someone who knew him very, very well.
Well, of course, you want to express your condolences to his family, to Tyrese, his son, who every time we met, he was so proud of him. He was often buzzing about him as a young footballer at Stoke, of course. So, Kevin was a very special person, lit up every room that he walked into, and anyone who's worked with him, honestly, it's dreadful news. And the show must go on, and Kevin would have wanted that, but we must pause and respect him as we are, because he was a great man.
To the back post and Dumfries, and it's poured away by Wojciech Szczesny, called into action early on here. Then finds Reinders. Gakpo once again. Charlton was just about to pull the trigger.
Well, Holland have got Poland where they want them, haven't they? On the edge of their own box there. Dumfries nearly capitalised it. He nearly stole the show with that finish. Didn't quite happen for him.
Ake on the overlap. Not on the end of that cutback, just behind Memphis Depay.
Well, Ake did that, didn't he? Right at the end of that first half, when Gakpo had a really good opportunity, and he's got to keep getting forward, Ake. Yeah, there's the ball headed across. Chesney, Dumfries probably needs to pick somebody out there.
The regular service has resumed. Wave after wave of attack from the Netherlands. Simons, a clever run, tried the little clever flick, it's back in possession. Gakpo felt he was caught, play goes on. Simons, that's a delightful little Cruyff turn there.
Looks like someone's got in his ear at half-time. Simons making really good runs with the ball and without.
Gakpo, Reinders, the block, Kivior.
Really determined to keep that one out, wasn't he, Kivior? I think Poland need to just edge up a little bit, try and fix the play better. One-way traffic right now.
Depay, long ranger. Chesney was very confident that was heading wide.
It's the intention though from Netherlands, half time. Obviously the manager's got into them a little bit, cut loose, let's go for it. Cruyff, would you call that a Cruyff turn? Not quite. Cruyff flick.
Well, Poland just haven't settled, have they, the second half? Dutch fired up. Charlton to Depay. It's crowded out. Lansky attempted the audacious flick. Not sure they've got out of their half so far.
Lansky there just need to retain possession when it does come into them. I know it's a fancy little flick, but pretty certain that man there, Lewandowski, might try to draw a free kick and give a bit of respite to his defence.
Poland had a 30% win ratio. Without Lewandowski, 54% when he's in the team. He's been there since his debut in 2008. He's been the main man pretty much.
Well, I expect him to give them another 10 or 15 minutes, but he might want to make a few changes. Just looking at some of the substitute, bottom right-hand side, you can't see him out of picture, just warming up.
Invites Ake forward. Gakpo to Reinders. Around the outside. Dumfries with the slip. Looks like more changes coming for Poland. Swiderski, I thought might start today, but was a doubt.
Needs fresh legs. You can see they're flagging a bit here.
Charlton. Just one of those, two of those passes just going astray. That's a trip on Moda by Simons, who is down in a bit of pain.
I think he's been hit in the windpipe, actually. In a bit of trouble. Have to cross, look. I tell you, that's painful. there's Koeman, isn't he? Saying as much.
Yeah, it's going to need a minute or two. Second spell in charge, Ronald Koeman is first at a major tournament. He got them qualified for the previous Euros, but left to become Barcelona coach. And then after that ended, came back to the World Cup in Qatar. Zielinski. Bednarek into Buxa. Too physical from Van Dijk. He doesn't agree.
Let's have a look at it. Not too much wrong with that.
First time ball onto Urbanski.
It looked like it was offside to me.
Depay lays it off, and that's a beautiful ball forward. Simons! Another chance, passed up.
Great opportunity. I mean, Gakpo on the break. I actually think the Polish defender does really well here. I thought Gakpo was away, makes him come back, chop inside, and then he's going to come onto this earlier for me. And hit across the ball. He's just too late with it. Look, just not good enough there.
It's a double change for Poland. Kasper Urbanski withdrawn for Karol Zwiderski. Taras Romanchuk is also coming off for Bartosz Ślisz. It's a straight swap in the midfield. And they're just a bit more experience up front with Zwiderski. His third major tournament. He's been playing in Serie A with Verona, one of 9 Polish players who play domestically in Italy.
Well, he's coming on a bit angry as well. I would expect him to have started this match. Zwiderski.
Well, that's what you get for celebrating a bit too vociferously when you score a goal in a warm-up friendly.
Be warned.
You're all right, Martin. No surprise they've made the changes.
Well, they needed to get fresh legs on. And these guys have not played many games. It's a very young Polish team. Take Szczesny out of this. It's a very young team.
Zwiderski surrounded. Back onto it now, though. A wayward pass. It's an easier one to Buxa.
Take better care of the ball. I think you can work hard, but when you get the ball, it's at top level. Look after it, take care of it. They're all the way back now, aren't they, to their back 5. Poland been pushed right the way back.
Back to Verman.
Depay is going so deep at times. Verman's going. He's going very high. He's the highest British player for the Netherlands.
Swept into Reinders. Simons couldn't quite keep hold of it, but some dynamic passing there from the Dutch. And a great burst from Zalewski. Draws the foul from Dumfries.
Well, it's brilliant, isn't it? Zalewski there. Driving run, get the whole team out, just chop back inside and then make a big deal about the foul. This will be interesting. We've seen how poor they were from corners. The Netherlands, how they deal with this one.
A set-piece opportunity could be a big one for Poland. And it's the man who delivered, assisted the goal from the corner kick in the first half. Zielinski. Not his best. Riders up in the air. Can Poland recycle? Do something with this. Zielinski. Zalewski. It's a good-looking ball, unmarked to the back post! Saved by Verbruggen. Zielinski! Straight at the keeper.
Where's Zalewski on that left-hand side? He's got really good ability. He works that cross in. I think there is not the best of touches, brings him onto his left foot, but takes a deflection. The keeper does well to see it. That will boost Poland again.
Great outlet, Nikola Zalewski has started to make his mark at Clubside Roma until Serie A starts. Ooh, that's a crunching challenge from Salomon, but he got the ball. The referee happy with that one. That could have gone another way. Poland just starting to creep back into this now.
Yeah, when they get away, when they push up the pitch, they can make a contest of it. When they sit on the edge of their own box, it kind of has that inevitability look about it that it's just a matter of time for the Netherlands to score.
Great interplay. Zielinski. Simons. Doing his defensive duty.
He certainly did there. It's tracked a really long way.
And a corner kick. Their second. The first resulted in a goal.
Zone marking.
Keown is sitting up straight for this one. Zielinski towards the near post of Bednarek. Couldn't quite get a touch on it, but that was another really good delivery.
Well, it was, and again, you look at body shape, Dumfries there. You should be sideways on. And I heard the guys at half-time, we marked in our zone. How about that? You don't just stand there, you have to pick somebody up. And it did very well for us for many years at Arsenal.
Moda, that's a promising ball. Superb defending.
Brooks are again. Yeah, Van Dijk getting done again. Just a little bit of good movement off his shoulder.
Swiderski, good Poland pressure this. Fans sensing something could be produced. That's another good ball from Jakub Moder. Swiderski in behind. Zalewski! And the flag's gone up anyway for offside. You almost had too much time to think about that.
Yeah, Zalewski, I think, is adjudged to have been offside, but again, really good from Poland, probing, asking questions. So I think there's going to be a change here now from the Netherlands. Need to respond.
Double change coming for the Dutch. Daniel Marlin and Jorginho Wijnaldum on for Joey Berman and Jamie Simons. There's some Dutch commentators have said he's been the victim of a bit too much hype. Simons, you can see he's got so much potential. He's yet to really catch fire, but of course at 21, still plenty of time to do that. It's a wayward pass. Zielinski. Swiderski. keep it going. Zalewski. Kivior into Jakub Moder. Now Zalewski. Confident play.
It certainly is, isn't it? Rocking it around really nicely. Just what they needed. Those changes have made them. Managers done really well, identified it.
Morecambe will hope his changes will make the impact desired. Daniel Marlon, who helped Dortmund to the Champions League final, and Georginio Wijnaldum. A question mark over a number of players of these European Championships who now play in Saudi Arabia. Whether they have the conditioning to play a part in the tournament. Still obviously a quality player.
Well, he is, and he's got that big game experience. You need that in these situations. You want players on who know what it's about.
Impressive though how Poland weathered the storm in the start of the half.
Very much so. I think Moder's come in as well. He's been a bit more protective, tucked in a little bit.
Reinders, Marlon. Some quick feet, Dumfries. Flashes wide.
It's Dumfries this time. And I think that is a shot at goal. Just need to be patient, I feel. The Netherlands, in their build-up, up and shout their substitutions, just bringing that extra bite.
As it stands, this would be the first draw of the tournament so far. Gakpo, then trying to work the space. Reinders, Depay. Dutch trying to box Poland in. Winston going on for Nathan Ake. Promising sight. Poland whistles.
They're doing well actually, aren't they, the fans? They're trying to disrupt. I think Netherlands just got to keep moving the ball. One touch, two touch. Keep waiting, probing for this opportunity to come, but it's really gallant, isn't it, from Poland, you have to say.
Supporters playing their part. They are outnumbered. Swiderski is through. Still quite a lot to do, and De Vrij did enough to put him off.
Swiderski there. running himself into the ground as he'll need to, coming off the bench.
Marlon.
It's interesting, Marlon, he's come on as a substitute. Simons was playing more central, he's playing much wider, so maybe that's something they want to try and take that full-back, the wing-back right out, create a bit more space to run into from midfield.
Reinders, Charlton, Depay can take the ball under his spell. There always seems to be a Polish defender in your face as well, straight away.
Well, Charlton there does get that space that we're talking about, but we don't see him do that too many times. Again, his touch is letting him down, Depay. Top players there, they just control it effortlessly. He realises he's got to do better.
Reinders, positive from Bednarek. Van Dijk. Picking out Marlon. Positive run. Depay takes it on. Dumfries. Chesney quickly up his line to make the stop.
Well, Marlon, we talked about Marlon, the significance of that. It makes it very difficult. It means that one of the central defenders has to come out into that area. And suddenly there's more space. The wing-back doesn't know what to do with it. And then Dumfries as well is joining in the attack, so Koeman there, he's changed things tactically on this right-hand side, and I think they look better for it. It's a bit off the cuff with Simons, isn't he? Running everywhere, okay, you know, does he flatter to deceive? Is there really an end product? It's pleasing on the eye, but I don't know how much he really creates.
Chesney, as you'd expect, has been busy, has gone about his business extremely well. Here is Marlon. He's not had much time to get himself into the game. Dumfries stands it up towards the back post. Salomon gets it away. Gakpo doubled up on. Marlon. He's certainly given something else for Poland to think about.
I like it, Marlon. I think he's had an outstanding season as well. Just a bit more efficient with his movement. He's not really doing a lot of running, he's just walking into space. He either stays high and wide, or he just steps into midfield. And he's giving a better platform. Look at the width they have now.
Okay. Depay on the move. Piotrowski. Wasn't going to get pulled.
No, he sticks to his task. Can they find the quality now?
Defies corner. And just over the top. Stefan de Vrij.
There's a bit of a feeling going on here, isn't it? People not picking up very well from set pieces, and one team getting away with it there. And obviously Holland didn't earlier on. Who knows there, Van Dijk, that should be in the back of the net. His fellow centre half should be putting that away.
As it stands, his unbeaten record will be preserved. Another change coming for Poland. Piotrowski getting ready. Moder. Wonderful vision to pick out Zalewski.
And technique.
Moder. Away by Ake. A collision, but play on, says the referee. Moder. Too close to the keeper there.
There's a couple of opportunities for Moder. First time we've really seen him go forward at any point.
Next up for Poland, Austria in Berlin, and then they finish against France in Dortmund. Netherlands face France next up. Second game. Really, they'll want 3 points going into that one in Leipzig.
So it's interesting. I mean, Kuma's going to want more from Wijnaldum since he's come on. He's not really getting forward like he's just starting to sneak forward. You said, is he really match fit? What level is he at now?
A fair few players now. See if N'Golo Kante starts and plays well for France.
I'd almost forgotten about Kante.
De Vrij to Dumfries. And again, that positive spell has just dissipated a little bit from Netherlands.
Just dropped under their tempo, moving the ball, just moved it a little bit quicker. A bit more zip than their players needed. They're working hard though, Poland. And you've got almost 6 players now on that back line. It's that distribution, Houghton in that midfield. I think that's an area where just need a bit more creativity.
So Jakub Piotrowski coming on, and Zielinski is off, and the captain's armband is being given to Wojciech Szczesny. Again, perhaps just fresh legs come on, but he has more than played his part.
He's an outstanding player, we know that. Taking a move this summer to Milan. Been at Napoli, hasn't he, for a little while, just pulls the strings in there, just shows you, but you're taking a player of that calibre off, you know how hard you've worked.
Malcolm Piotrowski wins his 7th cap. He plays his club football in Bulgaria. Won the league with Ludogorets. Some timely slip from Dumfries, but he's got away with it. De Vrij covering.
Ruud Gullit, look on there. Played against him, by the way. What a player he was.
Not that one.
Well, both of them, to be fair. I'm not going to name drop now. Or maybe I am.
Done pretty well out of that.
He did, because I think initially the ball hit him on the back of the head. You can see it's the bunny side of it. And he fell over. And now he's got a corner.
Netherlands getting ready to make a change. I suspect it won't be before this corner is taken, though. Swiderski with the outswinger.
Still don't look comfortable.
That's going to be the keepers. We're approaching the final 10 minutes. Really, most people had very low expectations for this Poland side. And when the news of Robert Lewandowski's absence came through, those were even lower. Really, no matter what happens from now, they've done exceptionally well. And here come the alterations for the Netherlands. Cody Gakpo.
Well, he did score, didn't he, in that first half, but we've hardly really seen him in the second half.
He's replaced by Wout Weghorst. We know what he can do from the bench. Memphis Depay also withdrawn for Jeremy Frimpong, one of the stars of Bayer Leverkusen's Bundesliga winning season. But Martin, you were there, the Battle of Lusail.
Yes. Yeah, it was a very late goal, wasn't it? I think with 11 minutes of extra time. So, no, can he do something now? He's coming off the bench. I think he's still on a contract with Derby, by the way.
He hasn't played for them in a couple of seasons,
No,
but still on the contract. Playing in Hockenheim last season. Frimpong just ran out of grass.
Frimpong is really capable as well. He'll be doing that. It's your worst nightmare coming off the bench if you're a Polish player.
It's not being so effective, Memphis Depay. And yes, Gakpo really threatened to score a hatful in the first half.
Well, he probably should have done.
Frimpong. That's been missed by Kivior, but Szczesny with the anticipation. Tremendous roar behind him.
Yeah, I think Frimpong coming on, he gives you that option. That's one of the first balls we've seen for a while. Diagonal, long ball, bit of variation. It's unpredictable from the Netherlands.
Showing good strength.
And he's gone over to the left-hand side now.
Knocks it on to Ake. Weghorst! He's done it again! Dutch delight! He's only just come onto the pitch, and that is the impact he's made. 2 minutes is all he needed. And for the first time in this game, the Netherlands lead.
Well, I mean, honestly, this man, we just say, didn't we? He's still a Burnley player. He's got movement in the box. He comes across. He's got all time, lots of space, and he just wraps it away. Ake putting the ball in, little deflection. He's not going to miss that. He just comes onto it and just rifles it home to the despair, really, of this Polish team.
Clinical, effective. Karl Weghorst arrives at Euro 2024. It's been a bit of a slog, hasn't it, for those fans? It looks like they're going to come away with the 3 points.
Well, it's unbelievable, Weghorst as well. I mean, his form, I mean, you'll have to tell me the stats when he last scored a goal. It might well have been for his country, and this man believes in him. He's stuck with him, he's put him on in this game, and he's completely transformed him.
Well, he's in fantastic form for his country. That's his 7th goal in his last 11 appearances for the Netherlands.
Look what it means to him.
And now, well, what of Poland now? To be very, very difficult.
Well, you can see suddenly, all of a sudden now, that fatigue just hits your legs. You're holding on to that opportunity of getting a valuable point, because it was all one-way traffic. It was just, I didn't think it wasn't like a matter of time. I didn't feel that sort of situation, but they battled manfully. Now they're going to have to try and win this game. Might be another substitution coming here. Just ate that ball, didn't he? Saw it as soon as he's seen it. That's mine. I'm taking that.
It's your textbook number 9. It's exactly what Weghorst gives you. Can Poland respond? If they do, it's going to have to be in front of the sea of orange. Bartosz Salomon is off, and Bartosz Bereszyński is on in his place. And a change for the Dutch as well. Nathan Ake off for Spurs Player of the Season, Mickey van der Ven. More depth in defence.
Well, this is important now. This is the basics that the Netherlands need to take care of.
Zalewski's long throw reaches Verbruggen. Well, it looks like the pattern is going to continue. The big hitters, the favourites, coming out with a win. This one, less Spain and Germany, more Italy. We've got a save from the Dutch. No foul. Cleared upfield. Poland now frantic. Weghorst. was caught. Frimpong was in behind. Haaland's put in the back of the net, but the referee blew for that quite a while ago. I think they might have preferred the advantage played there.
Well, Frimpong was in again. You just keep feeding him down this right-hand side. I'm not sure there was much in that. Changes though have really affected Poland. It's just been worn down by constant quality coming off the bench. Strength and depth has to be there if you're going to do well in the competition.
Exactly the type of players that you want in reserve, with experience, the know-how, and also the composure in front of goal.
And coming on with the right attitude as well. Frimpong for me should have started, but you know, it's down to the manager. He makes the call.
Piotrowski making his way into the box. That's a really good save from Verbruggen to deny Karol Swiderski.
They just will not give up here, Poland. They just keep probing. Just as ball comes, look how he just manages to hook it. Does really well to get that on target. Keeper gets down nicely at that near post. Expect him to save that. Just shows you the spirit in this Polish team.
And also perhaps the vulnerabilities on show from a Dutch perspective.
For sure. That's something, I mean, it's nice going forward. Of course, you leave yourself a little bit short. I think they're trying to finish this game off here, the Netherlands, and they're leaving the back door open.
There might have to be pride in defeat for Mikhail Probiush.
We've got 5 minutes of extra time. Well, it might have been more than that, actually, with all the substitutions. Different time clock to what we use in the Premier League.
Good strength from Piotrowski. Perhaps could still be something in it for Poland just yet. Foul on Van Dijk. Pressure relieved.
That's what you want, isn't it? Free kick in your own half in front of your fans, just to milk it a little bit, wind the clock down. Going to extra time here, so just got to see this job through.
Still a bit of tension around this stadium as the result still not finalised just yet. Poland throw caution to the wind. Piotrowski. Weghorst has lost it. Fielded well by Verbruggen.
And again there, just won't give it up, Poland. It's getting a little bit nervy at the back there. Putting the ball away cheaply, it's worth a hit from Modder, from distance. Keep the goalkeeper honest.
Well, they have little to lose now.
Well, I expect them now to just push up the pitch and start to go for it here, Poland.
Van Dijk, straight to Szczesny.
With 3 teams qualifying in each group, when you win a game, it's virtually assured that you go through almost.
Austria, then France for Poland to try and get some points on the board. Moder. That's a play from Van der Ven. Everyone inside the Dutch half, apart from Szczesny. Schlich. Wijnaldum. Look at tad rusty.
Well, he has. He's not really done anything since he's come on. Hopefully this man is ready for the next one.
Let's see, it must be absolute agony to watch.
Top player, 85 goals for his country. Not fit enough for this one. I think it's been a very entertaining game, though. Really enjoyed it. Really gallant in their performance. Poland, a lot of people saying they're going to finish bottom of the group, but it made certainly Holland think about things today. I think the Dutch, though, will be a bit concerned the way they are from the basics, set pieces, of course, and just a general defending.
Final 30 seconds of time added on. Leaves it for Szczesny to fire forward. Won by Buxa. Zalewski.
Wow, that was some hit, wasn't it, from distance? It says a lot about their character. Hits it really true. And there we have it.
Well, not the most convincing of victories, but an important one for the Dutch. Going behind, thanks to an Adam Buxa header from a corner. They had to battle back. Cody Gakpo's deflected effort, and the hero, Wout Weghorst, making his presence known from the bench, not for the first time for this Dutch side. The match winner. Big Wout has arrived. The Netherlands take home.
Guide. All channels. 1. Today. 2. UEFA Euro 2024. Slovenia v Denmark. 1610 to 1930. 3. ITV1. Synopsis. Laura Woods presents coverage alongside Gary Neville, Jolien Lescott, and Emile.
So the Dutch getting there just at the end. They win their opening match of the group. The other two sides are France and Austria, of course, and the Dutch have now won 7 of their last 8 opening matches at a major tournament. So that, of course, puts them on top of the group. The Austria-France game is in Dusseldorf tomorrow evening, and then all eyes turn to Friday as far as this group is concerned. Poland against Austria is here in Berlin, and that big game between the Dutch and the French is in Leipzig, and that will be live on BBC One next Friday. And in many ways, Danny Murphy, that is job done for the Dutch. They needed to go into that game with the French with the 3 points.
Yeah, it means they can go into that with a bit more confidence and freedom. I was really impressed with them first half. I thought second half they spluttered a bit, and the Polish team stifled them. He made the substitutions. We were hypothesising here about what he should and shouldn't do, because we all think we know best. And then he brings on a typical number 9 who's been there and done it for them before. Remember Argentina, obviously, and Kato come on and scored 2, and it was a typical striker's finish. You know, got ahead of his defender on his left foot, great finish. And sometimes I think in the opening game it doesn't really matter how well you play, as long as you get the result. And they'll be pleased now, because it gives them a platform to go on and they will be favourites against Austria. The French game is going to be a tough one for them, but at least now they go into that with a bit of confidence.
I do already think that one of the highlights of this tournament already is the sheer number.
Mute.